Hello, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the first time I got high. The first time, I did a drug and ever felt high. So, it's hydrogen, and here we go. This story starts off with me and my friend. I'm going to call him, Benny. Benny and me were in a cafe. It's like a Japanese, boba place, kind of like a cafe. And we were, trying to hit up the plug to get what we needed. Or we didn't need it, but we wanted it. So I remember it was me and my friend Benny. I'm gonna call him Benny. That's not his real name, but we were just sitting in the cafe and we were on our phones. At first we were trying to get acid. We were like, yo, we should just do acid. It'd be so cool. The plan was we were gonna go back to his house and just trip the fuck out because he had a really big house at this time. He was still living with his parents. I was still living with my mom. So we were just gonna drop some tabs and go to his house and smoke weed and have hella fun. But his plug said that he couldn't get acid for us, so he ended up hitting someone else up and got us some Adderall. Adderall was the first drug I ever did. So I forget how many milligrams it was. It was one pill that we each took one pill. It was like red and I think blue. It's either red and blue or red and gray. So we got the pills from someone. I think we were walking and we got the pills from someone. I think we went back to his house. We took the pills and then we went to the grocery store. It's called Safeway, and we went there to get some snacks. So it didn't hit me yet, but because my tolerance was so low, later I would get super high. It was gonna kick in really hard. And I didn't know this yet. So me and my friend got some snacks. We got back from the grocery store to his house. And then we just started smoking weed and playing 2K, NBA 2K. And we got Monsters, so we would stay up all night. I think we got some Nutter Butters, which is a peanut butter candy. It's pretty good. And it started hitting me. I remember I couldn't sleep. I couldn't I was so wired off, also because of the energy drinks, but I could barely focus, or I was just super high. And my friend said that he was feeling that too. So it was pretty cool. We ended up, just kept playing video games and, we smoked a few blunts. It's pretty fun. But yeah, so that pretty much ended, and then we went to the next day because I would always come sleep over at his house for the weekends and stuff. I would always come to Benny's house and we would just chill. And I actually miss those days. Those days were pretty cool. But yeah, that was the first time I did a drug, so it was pretty fun. It was pretty awesome. I remember a bunch of it. It's kind of hard to talk about, to remember all of it, but I do remember little bits and pieces. So the next day comes, and me and my friend, we wake up, or we didn't even go to sleep. We didn't even go to sleep, so we were still just pretty high. We went out to his backyard to smoke another blunt, and then we went back inside and we started skating around, because at this time he had a skateboard. We both had skateboards. So he let me borrow one, so we just started skating around. And we asked this girl to come over, and I think when I was talking to this girl, and it was a girl that he used to mess with, but me and my friend were also trying to make music at the time. So while I was making music, this girl and I were FaceTiming, and this is the night before when we were FaceTiming. We were FaceTiming just talking about what we were going to do when we hung out. I'm going to call her Liz. So me and Liz were talking. And I remember when she got there, she got to his house, she was kind of hanging out with Benny more than me, and I got kind of jealous. I didn't really show it, but I remember I was kind of fucked up over that. So we were just chilling though and listening to Earl Sweatshirt, smoking, and it was pretty cool. it was pretty fun. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Later. Hey guys, it's Hydrogen. The last story was pretty short, so there's gonna be another one in this video. It's gonna be like a 2-for-1, and this one is gonna be about my first kiss. So this story starts off in school. I had two friends, or I had like a friend group, but it was with 4 people, including me. One of those, I'm gonna give them fake names. So one of their name was let's call him Johnny. It was Johnny, Lee, and Aiden. So and me. But today I was only with Lee and Aiden. So me, Lee, and Aiden were talking about. We were just chomping it up, just doing what we normally do at school, which was mainly just fucking make jokes and make fun of each other and shit. It's pretty funny. But this time we were talking about a party that we were gonna go to. There was a party at like a farm out in the middle of nowhere, and I remember the fare to get into the party was like $5. So me, Lee, and Aiden were like, "Yo, we want to go to this party. We're gonna get $5." And back then we were kind of young, so we didn't really have that much money. But I remember they got their money, but I couldn't get mine. But more on that later. So we ended up meeting later. We met at like I don't know where we met up. Probably at one of her houses. I think it was my house, maybe Aiden's house. But we met up, and then we took our bikes out and we biked all the way to this place, and it was pretty far. We were talking. It was pretty far. It was probably like a fucking hour bike ride from where we were. But we made the bike ride. We ended up getting to the party, and they had their money, but I never got mine. So they were let in. And out of nowhere, I see the person that's hosting the party letting everyone in. He was my old friend from like preschool. So I'm gonna call him Jeff. So Jeff was like letting people in. He's like, "Hey, you ain't got the money. You can't come in. You can't come in." And I was like, "Dude, I don't got my money, but can I come in?" He was like, "Yeah, fuck it, you can come in," because like I've known you since like fucking preschool. So we get in. We all get into the party. It's all lit. There's like a huge bonfire. I see all these people. I remember I was talking to this one dude that kind of used to bully me, but he was a lot more chill now, so we were just talking. And then I ended up talking, or my other friend, Jeff, came too. I'm not sure if we came with him or if he came by himself. I remember he was there too. And I was also talking to another group of friends that I had. We used to call ourselves the South D Goons. So I was talking with them for a little bit, and they wanted me to like drink, so they held a bottle and they started like just pouring it down into my mouth, and I was just like fucking drinking a shit ton. It was pretty fun. I used to drink, but I don't really drink that much anymore. And so pretty much what happened next was me, Lee, Aiden, and Jeff got together, and we were talking to this girl. And I was wearing a camo Adidas hoodie. It was pretty expensive. My mom bought it for me from like the mall. So it was a pretty nice hoodie. Me and Lee and Aiden were talking to this girl, and Lee was like, "Yo, you should kiss my friend." And I was like, and he was talking about me, like this girl should kiss me, and she was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it." So I just kissed her, and like her name was Isabella, which is called her that, and we ended up kissing, and it was kind of weird, I didn't really know what to expect or how to do it, but I don't know, we just kissed and it was cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much what happened. And then we ended up leaving the party a little bit later after like we all got fucked up and shit. We just biked back home, and it was pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This girl, she was cool, but we never really had anything serious. It was just some random girl at a party that I kissed. But my friend Lee really got me the kiss there. He's the one to like kind of set it up. So I guess I have to thank him for that. So yeah, that's it. See you guys later. Bye.